All right, this is pretty random, but I have been reviewing and investigating um, games to play before the next Path of Exile League. Um, and at the moment, I think I've narrowed it down to Risk of Rain 2 or Nioh 2. Um, Now, before I talk about the games themselves, just kind of a general concept or thought exercise on why I'm looking for a new game and what this game is going to provide me or something. I mean, I know it's not that important. It is just a video game, but my time is valuable and I don't want to like pour a lot of resources into a game that ultimately is going to fail at its objective. So, what is the goal of this game that I'm going to, whatever game I pick here, I decided I want some type of power fantasy loot based game where I destroy things and I get stronger, right? Now, conceptually, this is the whole idea behind the RPGs that I play that I enjoy. Um, but one of the factors about those RPGs that I've noticed is that there's a sense of repetition, but at the same time, a sense of exploration where you're kind of digging for gold. It's almost like a slot machine in a way, right? Um, and so, because I'm so satisfied with that uh, and find myself very, you know, it's like a happy place for me mentally to be doing that. Some repetitive task to potentially achieve, a cool item. I'm thinking Risk of Rain 2, but the reason that I actually am starting to realize that Nioh 2 would be good for me is that so Nioh 2 is like a campaign that you would play through, and it's like more of a AAA title game that was made for consoles first. Um, and I remember how much I really liked Hitman and was impressed and blown away by Hitman. Um, and having a game that's not just you spin the roulette wheel over and over, you pull down the lever and hope that you get 777 and you get some coins like that, repeating that over and over and over and over, hoping for a dopamine hit. I don't know if that's what I want because I already have that. I already have that in spades. Path of Exile, the Diablo 3 ladder resets. I honestly think I might play that for a little bit. Um, and then I also still have my Diablo 2 community, and I can always go back to that if I want to. Um, and so I'm feeling like I need something new. Now, I played Darkest Dungeon 2, which was a roguelike with kind of a replayability. You have a run similar as you would in Slay the Spire. I didn't hate it, but it dried out. It just like I had a few good runs and I beat the game effectively a couple times. It's very early access, and it's a great game, but it's still you can tell it's early access. And so I don't know if I want to do the same thing with Risk of Rain, where I have a few successful runs, but I just immediately lose interest. The difference between this and going the Nioh 2 route. So, I mean, I'll back up and say that I played a lot of Nioh 1. Um, and I mean, it was very successful. I got it for free. It was available for free through the Epic Game Store. It was very successful in my eyes at entertaining me, even though the story was like kind of stupid and bad. But just having that as like a fulcrum of you're moving forward in this game, and it wasn't just about like pulling the roulette or spinning the roulette wheel. Um, or pulling the slot machine. So I don't know, but I have spent a stunning amount of time. I mean, really, like I would almost put it at hours at this point hours of my day trying to pick a game to play. And it's like picking a movie on Netflix or something where at this point I don't even know. I may like end up buying one of these games and only playing it for like a half hour. And like I'm like, what am I doing with my life? But it's enjoyable to pursue what might be a really fun and engaging thing and a hobby and a pastime. I looked into like the Force Awakens game and like man, the list grew and then shrank and then grew again, and I still don't know what I want to play, but I would like to play something that has controller support. Um, I really want to be able to lean back in this chair. Um, I'm way too like focused and on this keyboard and like crouching over, just like staring at these screens 2 feet away, like my whole day. And so I want to be able to play a game where, in some sense, I can hold the controller and lean back and kind of scroll far away and just not have to like, I don't know. And the irony behind that is that it's like I don't want a game that's super intense because I don't want, you know, this is supposed to be a mind numbing game, an enjoyable game, you know, and games that are like require a lot of thought and require a lot of like googling. It's like I have too much of that. I have way too much of that. But if I don't have that, if it's completely devoid of any compelling and kind of research based gameplay, then I won't play it. So I'm like, am I only gonna play games that stress me out? Am I just a stressful gamer? I don't know. Uh, my brother wanted me to get Hades as well, and I mean that's also an option. Got controller support. I mean, after all this, I'm just gonna burn time doing other things and watching movies, and then end up playing Path of Exile again. We'll see, but that is all. Really great recording here. Really just shooting from the hip.